November is Organ Donation Month. As Josie Foster explains, a family in Lethbridge is celebrating with health and happiness.
He had death all over his face. His cheeks were sunken in. He had black eye, around his eyes.
Looking at 3-year-old Kaidyn Fortin, you would never know that a year ago today, at age 2, he'd already spent 5 months in the hospital. It was November when doctors told his mother that he would need a kidney transplant.
It just hit every downward spiral possible, which is not common.
When Kaidyn was sick after a playdate, Fortin figured he'd pick something up from another young girl who was ill. But when things took a turn, she took him to the hospital where he was diagnosed with E. coli.
Told me there was nothing they could do for him, that I had to keep him hydrated. He'd drink water and puke.
With mother instincts, Fortin began to do her own research. She learned that 10% of people who get E. coli develop into hemolytic uremic syndrome. On July 1st, 2016, Kaidyn was diagnosed with HUS.
HUS was insane. They told me that it's gonna get worse.
Fortin didn't lose hope, but things got worse. Complications led Kaidyn's heart to be working at less than 20% what's normal, and doctors told Alicia that a kidney transplant would do no good without a working heart.
They told me that his heart might not be able to make a recovery, and that I may have to make a really tough decision. Do we keep going, or do we pull the plug? We went up to Edmonton for about 2 weeks, and they had him on 24-hour dialysis at that point because his heart wasn't strong enough to handle any kind of fluid.
After several stays in the ICU, blood and bowel infections, heart failure, and 2 weeks of 24-hour dialysis, things began to get better for 2-year-old Kaidyn.
Or they cut his dialysis down to 16 hours just so that he could get out of the bed and start moving and walking again and playing like a kid. Slowly his heart started to recover. It made it to about 48.8% 3 months later in ICU.
This summer, this young boy received a healthy, full-size kidney from his own mother. And despite his mom dropping college and the 10 pills he lives on a day, things have only been uphill.
He spent 15 months in the hospitals. He's had 15 surgeries. You wouldn't even know today that he's been through all that he has other than the scars on his tummy.
I'm here with Kaidyn. Kaidyn, do you feel healthy?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you feel happy?
Yeah.
Yeah. Kaidyn is you're a miracle child here, aren't you? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So thanks for sharing your story, buddy.
Bye.
For Bridge City News, I'm Josie Foster, and this is Kaidyn.